Well, g'day everybody from Australia, and it's fantastic to have everyone here. This is just the best time, the best place to be. And if you're not here, you need to be here, and you need to have your friends here as well. I'm so excited at this point in time. Michael Yeo, as my name, as most of you may know me, but if you don't, I'm right down here in Adelaide, Australia, and I found this opportunity with iHub Global, and it has just been an amazing ride in the last few weeks. I've known Nick Nair for quite some time now through other various circles, and our good friend down there, Simon in Vietnam, and a lot of you as well. But this is the first opportunity that we've had to have one of the co-founders of iHub right here in Australia. And it's very, very exciting. From what I've seen of this gentleman and what I've learned about this gentleman over the past few weeks, is nothing short of amazing what he's achieved and what they are achieving. I want to throw it over to Nick because he can give you a bit more insight to the gentleman we're about to hear. So my good friend Nick Nair in the UK, can you
Yeah,
bring
sure.
us up to date with the details about Michael Stern?
Mhm. Yeah, most certainly. Okay, my name is Nick Nair. I work out of England. I lived there for 47 years, and it doesn't look like in this period I'm going to go anywhere else. We're all stuck indoors. Okay, yeah, basically, yeah, I'd like to introduce you to Michael. Actually, I've known Michael for over 10 years, and he's the Vice President of Business Development, and he's also one of four co-founders of iHub. Michael has got more than 40 years of experience as an entrepreneur in the direct sales and networking industry. He has worked at all levels, including ownership, executive management, consultant, and distributor. He has built a successful networks or in four companies, with the largest having over 500,000 distributors in 17 countries. With his extensive experience at both the corporate and distributor side of the industry, his focus was to maximize the success of both distributors and the company. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hand you over to Michael Stern.
Hey, thanks a lot, Nick. I appreciate that. When I hear that, building 500 people in 17 countries, that was, I think, when fax machines were just becoming available. And so we didn't have social media. We didn't have online marketing. We didn't have any of that. You guys blow circles around me in that regard. There's people on this call that are going to have more than that in iHub in a short period of time. And that took me a number of years to do. I mean, there's people that are getting, fairly close to achieving that basically in months in terms of what's going on with this incredible business. And the reason this business is so incredible, it's such the perfect opportunity at the perfect time for a world that is desperate for a breath of fresh air and a great opportunity and a way to really make a financial impact for their families. And so it's just one of those perfect storm situations where all the factors have come together. And I think we're all recognizing that. And that's why we're here. So what I want to do is that Michael has requested that we focus this presentation on the iHub compensations plan, which we're really going to be calling the iHub rewards plan. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start off with the presentation that our CEO, Rick Cotton, has shared somewhat recently on the commission structure. And the strategy that I want to do here is to go through individual sections of this plan. And then at the end of a section, before we go on to the next section, then we'll take questions so that we get clarity on that particular section. So when we do that, please don't ask questions about a section of the plan that we're going to be talking about afterwards. Let's try and keep it really tight so we get a good training here, a good recording that we can utilize to facilitate this information with our teams as we move forward. So let me go ahead and get started. Basically, this all has to do with exposing people to this concept of iHub Global and bringing in people as free affiliates. So the first thing that people do when they join iHub is they request a free deployment of a hotspot. Just kind of using this little symbol thing so you kind of understand this green symbol represents an affiliate. The red dot on it means that they're not yet active. And so we're going to talk about what the difference is between active and inactive affiliates. But then getting started, you introduce somebody into iHub, they get the opportunity to request a free deployment of a hotspot. Okay, there's no guarantee of that free deployment of a hotspot because our mission in iHub is that working with our investor groups that are providing the units that we're placing in locations on all of our behalves is to make sure that we're putting these in locations that generate helium to make it worthwhile to do it. So if somebody is requesting the deployment of a hotspot in a location that doesn't meet that standard, then our role as people that are referring individuals is to help them achieve the necessary means to be able to move that location into a higher rating based on different things they can do, putting clusters together, getting an antenna, things of that nature. But we'll talk about that in a different call. Right now, we're going to be talking about the comp plan based on people getting deployment. But the idea is that we're here building an affiliate network, people that are recognizing the power of putting this helium hotspot together around the world, referring other people to join us as affiliates, and then having the ability collectively, our goal is to put helium hotspots in the very best locations we can around the entire planet. So getting started, people are signing up for a free affiliate position in it, requesting a hotspot. In order to request a hotspot, they have to have an iHub account. They need to be a person or an entity. It got to be a real person or a business entity. And it has to have a real address. It can't be something fictitious. There has to be an actual location, and maybe it doesn't say it, but that location also has to have internet access, because without having internet access, these units are not able to actually generate helium. Let's talk about how one receives it. You qualify your location in our software, and the person that is what we're calling hosting. In other words, they're using their location. They're agreeing to get one of these units in their location. And for doing so, they receive 15% hosting rewards. Now, what does that mean, 15%? 15% of what? It's 15% of the amount of helium that's generated in that location. And it's done at 15% for the first 90 days. Okay. And then after 90 days, they have the option of doing things prior to the end of those 90 days that moves them to a higher amount. Just so that people understand that even though people can go to 25%, for the first 90 days, it's held at 15%. So first 90 days, 15%. So that means that if they generated 100 helium tokens during those 90 days, they would have received 15 helium tokens during that time period. And let me point something out, okay? Because I failed to mention this. Going from red to green, okay, is because somebody got a hotspot, right? Once somebody receives a hotspot, you can see that affiliate position became active. Now, the one thing that it doesn't say here in this presentation is that if you're building an iHub affiliate team, if you don't have a unit yourself, but somebody on your team anywhere in your entire team receives a unit, it makes that entire leg relative to you an active leg. Okay. And I'll come back to that later, just so that, but it means once somebody receives a hotspot, that makes that active. It turns that red dot to green. Okay. So let me move forward here and cover this next piece. Rick's got a lot of slides here. Okay. So how do you move from 15 to 25%? That's the option that happens, that can happen after 90 days. So the way that happens is also based on our referral program. It's kind of tied together, the ability to move from 15% is also tied to the portion of our plan that we call the referral plan, that for the people that's referring the individual affiliate, that is the host of that area. And that works together where they get a 10% referral reward for those first 90 days while their host has 15%. And so again, 10% referral, 15% host rewards, but the possibility exists for that hosting reward to go to 25% and for that referral award to go to 20% by helping that individual host achieve a certain goal. Well, what is that goal? It has to deal with using our Helium Track software and sending out mining assessments to other individuals to share this incredible opportunity with people. And if they have 5 people that have basically claimed their location, their free deployment location, sent out by the host, then that qualifies them. So the hosting affiliate is able to move from 15% to 25%. So you're going from 10% to 20% as the referring affiliate, and you're going from 15% to 25% as the hosting affiliate for getting 5 people that register. Now, here's something that we talked about earlier today on another call, is whether or not somebody registers those 5 people as a result of receiving a mining assessment and going through the process of reserving that mining assessment, that reserving that hotspot, which includes be registering an iHub, or whether you send them your free affiliate link and they decide to register an iHub. It's either one of those or a combination of those count towards the 5 registrations that move you from 10% to 10% for both the refer and the affiliate. Now, why both of them are tied together? Because the host is brand new. Maybe they've never been involved in any type of a program where they reach out to anybody else. They've got a great location. You reach out to them. Maybe they got a good location and they put a unit there. But you say, hey, Michael, you got a great location. You're earning this 15%. How would you like to earn 10% more? And well, tell me how. And so if you learn to use this software a little bit and looking for other people that could also benefit by this, by getting 5 people to at least attempt to do it, even though they don't have to get a unit to qualify, just that exercise will increase you by 10%. Okay. And of course, the referrer, if I'm the one that referred you, I'm incentivized to do that. I want to work with you. I'm going to help you do it. I'm going to take you by the hand to walk you through the process. I'm going to do a Zoom call with you where I'm sharing my screen and I'm showing you how to do it. I'm teaching you how to do it. And I'm walking you through to make that happen, because I go at extra 10% by helping you get an extra 10%. So it's mutually beneficial. Okay. What if you got somebody that's not interested in doing that? Fine. They just stay at 15%. You don't have to force them to do it. But this is an affiliate program, and I encourage you not to deploy units in locations where people are adamantly opposed to being involved in an affiliate program. Down the road, we'll have another portion of our program that's designed just for hosts, because when you have an affiliate that has a hotspot, they take up a position in that structure, that pro team, bronze team, silver team, gold team. And if it's somebody that is not going to do anything, then essentially you've got a dead spot in your structure. If they're not going to talk to anybody else and they're not interested in talking to anybody else, I encourage you not to put a spot into that location. Wait a little bit down the road where you'll have the option of just having a host that's not a host affiliate. Okay, so I think that this is probably the end of this one section. Why don't we go ahead, Mike, if you can kind of control questions related to what we just finished talking about, then we can get some clarity here. You're muted, Mike.
Thank you so much, Mike, for that information in this first part. We've been answering a few questions in the chat while you've been talking. So I guess if we look in the list of participants, if you want to raise your hand, I think DS Willie has. So we'll just ask him to unmute there. You've got a question, DS?
Good morning, Michael. What you have explained just now regarding the mining assessment and me doing it the usual way, sending my link to someone and they reserve it through their reserve hotspot, instead of me sending the mining assessment to them, is there any difference?
No, as far as getting that requirement of 5 registrations, it's exactly the same. As long as they register 5 people, then they qualify to get that upgrade of 10%.
Same goes to me and my people and my hosting, right?
That's right. So the host increases by 10% and the referrer increases by 10%.
So basically the mining assessment, which I have 10 credits in there, if I don't use it at all, it doesn't matter, is it right?
That's correct. That's correct. You do not need to use a mining assessment. I recommend that you go through the exercise to learn how to do it because it's such a powerful tool. I've found like 100% success, but I'm not just arbitrarily sending somebody a mining assessment. I'm talking to them. I'm giving them some initial introduction into iHub. They're watching a couple of short videos so that by the time I send them a mining assessment, they're already anticipating getting it. And then when they receive it, they understand it. And that becomes a duplicatable process because what we train people to do and the way we do things with people typically is how they do it with other people. But the answer is that you can definitely talk to people. You can look at their location using the Helium Track software, and you can say, hey, you got a great location. I want to send you one of these assessments. Or you can say, hey, you got a great location. Let me send you my free affiliate sign-up link, and then train them how to go into their own Helium Track and reserve their own unit. And they've got their own 10 assessments that they can send out. So it's strictly up to you how you want to organize that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Michael, that this mining assessment is a powerful tool because I only found out about this mining assessment tool after I recruited like 40 people. And I went and played around with it, and I found it that this is so much easier than me just sending the direct link to them.
Yes.
With this mining assessment, I could actually know that this person is eligible or not. I mean, the place that he stays. So sure. Definitely this mining assessment tool is a very powerful tool.
Can I relate that to the screenshot that Michael's got up there now and the way that it relates to the percentages earned? So if it just maybe explain that point, Mike, why we would do the mining assessments to level up?
Yes. Again, we're an affiliate program and we're really looking to incentivize people to get the idea of reaching out to other people, because that's not necessarily something that anybody really thinks about. You know, people that have been around the direct sales industry or the network marketing industry, that's like second nature to them. But that represents a small portion of the population. Other people, that's not something they necessarily completely would gravitate to initially. Some people they may be very private individuals. They're not used to talking to other people about such things. But by giving them an opportunity to play with the software and see the benefit of doing it, it's almost like playing a video game. It's exciting to see what's possible because let's say that I'm enrolling you, Michael, and
yep.
And you become an affiliate. And then you start thinking, gee, you know, my nephew would really, really appreciate something like this. So you go into your Helium Track software and you take a look at their location and you see, wow, that's a really good location. Let me tell my nephew about it. Oh, my cousin really knows about it. Or my friend really. So easy to find 5 people that would love to have a unit in their location if they had the opportunity to. So it's not like in direct sales or network marketing where you're reaching out to some family member or friend or person that you know and trying to convince them to buy something. We're offering somebody an opportunity to have an income stream coming into them just for putting one of these units into their location. That is something that is so easy to talk to people about. If anybody does any minimal effort, they're going to be able to get 5 people that say, I'm interested.
Correct. Cheng, I just asked you to unmute there. Cheng, we've just got two other questions on this before we move on. Hello, Cheng, how are you?
So hello, I'm good, thanks, Mike.
Great, thanks for being with us. You got a question for Mike?
Yeah, earlier Mike was saying that your further down level downlines is activated, right? And it goes all the way up. Does it mean you are activated personally yourself too?
Yes, of course. It activates the entire leg. So if A shares it with B, shares it with C, shares it with D, and it goes all the way down to Z, if the person Z gets a unit, then everybody else above them in the alphabet also becomes active.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll just go to iHub Husky. iHub Sky, sorry. Asked you on me. iHub Sky. I'm not sure what your name is, but
Louis. Louis is my name.
Hey, Louis. How are you, sir?
Great, Michael. I'm Louis from Malaysia. Good afternoon to both Michael here. Michael Yeo from the Down Under and the Michael Stern from US. Happy afternoon from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I have a questions on this, on the 90 days period.
Okay.
So that means everybody, let's say I have recruited 100 people and I have to wait until 3 months later, even though these 100 people, they have their 5 assessment been deployed successfully. So that do I have any other opportunities I can becoming 20% and 25% within the 90 days, or should I have to wait together with them for the next 90 days?
Yes, and let me be very specific about that 90-day period, because that really brings up a specific point. That 90-day period begins when they receive their unit and they hook it up on the internet, and then it's starting to produce helium for 90 days. You've got up until 90 days to get them to have their 5 registrations. You can do that way before they even get their unit. That's fine. But if they don't do it by the end of 90 days, then they'll never be able to upgrade past that 15%.
Let's say I have helped my 10 people completely successfully have 5 assessments deployed within 7 days. Will all of us be upgrade from 10 to 20%, 15 to 25% within 7 days?
You can get them set up with five people 24 hours after they enroll, but until they receive their unit and it's operated for 90 days, that's when the extra 10% kicks in. So for the first 90 days, they're getting 15%, and for the first 90 days, you're getting 10%.
All right. So that means no matter how hard that I build, I still have to wait 90 days to get my pay raise of 10%.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's only because we have to give the investors as much as we can in that early point. That's all part of bringing the investors in.
That means I have wrongly related the message to my people. I told them, if you can get 5 active, let's say you do not have to wait for 90 days, but then after that, those who are not able to get the 5 deployment, then they will not be able to upgrade to 20%, 25%.
Yeah, so, they have to do it before 90 days of the unit producing helium. But, they can do it anytime up to then.
Sure. But my 90 days, I will have to tighten my belt because I will have not much income because I only have 10% referral fees. Because I might not have the unit. I only have my downlines unit in US, Australia, Canada, and UK. So my income may not be enough to support myself. Sorry, just 90 days.
Let's come back to that question at the end, okay? After I show the rest of the plan.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Louis.
Yep.
Okay, so we've just got a couple more questions there. I will just lower that one. And if we go to Zhao Feng Ling. Zhao Feng, can you unmute there? Zhao Feng?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello. Welcome. You have a question for Mike?
From Asia. I have one question. say, for example, I get sponsor a person, she got registered, but can't reserve a hotspot. But she's still sending her invitation to invite others to join her, and the rest of downline got a hotspot. So she still can able to get the 10% referral commission or not?
Well, the 10% referral commission is directly going to the person you personally enrolled. So if she doesn't have a hotspot, there's nothing to get 10% on. But you know, she can earn from the rest of the plan that we're going to be talking about afterwards. But the referral commission is directly related to the hotspot of the person you personally enrolled.
Oh, I see. So there's no point for her to get sending her invitation to friends if she can't get a hotspot right now, right?
Well, if she wants to build a team, I mean, the bottom line is you can earn way more from sharing this with other people than you can possibly earn on your own hotspot.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss, you'll be talking later?
Yeah, we'll cover that in the next part of the presentation.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Shavan. Just one more question on this from Ngozi. So just, are you there, Ngozi?
I am, yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And your question for Mike?
I'm just asking about the mining assessment. I do agree it's a great tool, but I realize you're limited to 10 assessments only. I'm wondering why we have 10 assessments only if we have the ability to recruit up to maybe 40, 100 people?
That's an excellent question, Ngozi. So you're not limited to 10 assessments, but you're limited to 10 free assessments. You have the ability at any time to upgrade to the pro version of the software where you have unlimited assessments. And that's either at a $299 US annual cost or a $39 monthly cost to do that. And then you have unlimited assessments that you can send out, and the ability also to take advantage of some of the new programs that we're going to be introducing in the next few weeks, where you'll actually have a landing page that you can send to somebody, and they would be able to put in their own address, generate an instant mining assessment, and register for you without you having to have their address first. But because it's unlimited, it needs to be part of the pro program. So, but everybody has 10 free assessments in the free version of the software, the light version of the software.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fantastic question. So that's all the questions for that segment, Mike. Thanks so much. If you want to continue, that'd be great. Thank you so much, everyone. They're fantastic questions.
All right. So we just covered the very beginning. That has to do with the rewards that you get off of somebody that is hosting one of these units. Okay, so the next section has to do with building your affiliate network. Now, when you build your affiliate network, you're actually building 4 separate groups: the pro, the bronze, the silver, and the gold. Okay, and the sequence of building that begins with your pro, and then it moves on as you're adding more active positions into your team. You start building out that network. So let's talk a little bit about this. The pro network begins with your first 5 personally active affiliates. Again, the emphasis is on the word active. That means that somebody, either them personally or anybody on their team, has a unit on the blockchain. And just so you understand, as soon as they've got a unit assigned to them on the blockchain, even if they haven't physically received it and hooked it up to their internet, it becomes active because there's a unit that's connected on the blockchain to their address, to their location. And then you're able to get up to 20% referral reward on that unit. We already covered that, okay? Something going on in the background. Oh yeah, plus you're able to get a pro team code match on those first 5 people that we'll cover more extensively as we go on. So you got your first 5 people that you brought in. They have to be active legs. We already talked about how anybody anywhere on the team makes that entire leg for you active. Okay. Now, so that's the pro team. The bronze team begins with the next 10 people that you personally enroll that are active after you complete the first 5 of your pro team. Again, you get that same 20% referral award that's possible with them. And now you're additionally getting a very, very powerful feature of our program that we call a bronze code or a coded bonus. So the first one is the bronze code. And so you got your 10 people that you personally enroll, okay? And you're able to do that. Let's take a look at the silver now, and we'll come back and go into more detail on each one of these. The silver begins with the next 10 people. So you've already got 15 people, 15 active legs before you get to silver. You got your 5 active pro legs, you got your 10 active bronze legs that you brought in, and then the next one begins building your silver team. Then you start now having 10 positions on your silver team that you're starting to build. And in this case, you're getting a 10% code. Now, actually, it's 2 5% codes, but just to keep it simple to explain initially, we say 10%. And so now you got your 10 legs that you started in your silver team, and you're able to get that. Let's go to the gold team. You have an unlimited number of people that you can have on your gold team. So there's only 5 personally enrolled that can be on your pro team, only 10 personally enrolled on your bronze team, only 10 personally enrolled on your silver team. But anybody thereafter is able to be on your gold team, which is the most powerful team. So you can have unlimited number of people on your gold team. So again, when you think about it, that's 5 plus 10 plus 10, that's 25 people that you have active legs that you brought in before you get to your gold team. So from your 26 person moving forward, they're all part of your gold team. And at that point, you're getting 15%, which is 3 5% codes on that gold team. And we'll explain that a little bit more. So let's go into more detail on that. So the coded network overview. I think we'll cover all the questions on this whole section when completed. I think everybody understands, the difference between 5, 10, 15, and 25 and moving forward from there. So you got your pro network. You're getting 10 to 20% referral on those 5 people, and you're able to get up to a 25% code match, which we'll talk about in a subsequent portion of the plan. So we won't take questions on the code match yet. On the bronze team, you're able to get 10 to 20% plus that 5% bronze code. So now you're able to get up to 25% on your personals. What are personals? Personals are the people that you personally enroll. On the silver, you're able to get up to 30%. And on the gold, you're able to get up to 35% on the people you personally enroll on that gold team network. So let's talk a little bit more about this concept of leverage. So when you go ahead and you bring in your bronze team personal, so you got your first 5 of your pro team, now you're starting to bring in your bronze team. So you're starting to bring these 10 people in, 10 different legs, subsequently from left to right, okay? The way that 5% works is that everybody on that bronze team, as they start to build their own pro team, in other words, their first 5 active legs, those people actually roll up to you as your front line relative to that bronze code. So that person brings in their pro team, that's actually your front line. That person brings in their pro team, that's actually your front line. And it continues on. When these people bring in their pro team, it rolls up to your front line. And this goes on forever to an unlimited number of people. The first 5 people that you bring in, and every pro team, so your pro team, so let me be specific. You bring in this person, they bring in their pro team, who brings in their pro team, and all those 5 people bring in their pro team, and their 25 people bring in their pro team, and their 125 people bring in their pro team. Every one of those 5 pro team actually goes up to your front line So in this case, it's a one-level program. That's why we're able to say that we are an affiliate program, because we actually only pay 2 levels. We pay the front position because everybody rolls up to your front line. And we pay the second level is the matching bonus that you get for the people on your front line. That's the way it's actually happening. So again, all these people, everybody's pro team basically rolls to your front line. All these people, when they get their pro team, it rolls to your front line, and it keeps going on and on and on with an infinite number of people you can have on your front line for your pro team that you're getting that 5% code on. So again, a 5% code gets on all of that. The same thing begins at the silver level. When you have those 10 people on your silver level, remember, this is a completely new team. The pro team is a completely different team than your bronze team. The silver team is a completely different team than your bronze and your pro team. These people all start the same place. They're building their first 5 people, which is their pro team. When those people start bringing in those people, their first 5 people roll up to your front line. They bring in their pro team. Those people roll up to your front line. Those people bring in their pro team. They roll into the front line. These people bring in their pro team. It rolls into your front line. Every one of them that rolls into your front line, when they bring in their pro team, it rolls into your front line. So you have an infinite number of people on your front line that you're getting this 10% silver code on. Okay? Same way, they go to the front line. So, and the same thing happens at the gold level. You start building your gold team. Again, it's a new group of people. They're all starting from scratch. They're all starting by enrolling their own pro team to begin with, just like you did. And when they bring in their pro team, it rolls to your front line. When they bring in their pro team, and it rolls to your front line. When they bring in their pro team, and it rolls to the front line. And when they start bringing in their pro team, it rolls up to your front line. So that's how this code actually works. Again, and all this is happening simultaneously. Your bronze team, your silver team, and your gold team is all rolling up to you at the same time. You have one massive front line that you're earning these codes on. That's why it's easy to see when you look at it this way, how that code is only getting paid to one person. It's getting paid to the person who that person is frontline to that's getting that code. So you can see you can be getting codes on your bronze team, your silver team, and your gold team of everybody that's rolled up to your front line. So that's a massive question for people. It's a massive thing for people to assimilate, but it's the most important part of this plan for people to understand. So I think at this juncture, let me just make sure that there isn't a little bit more clarity of this on this plan before I stop for questions on this. And so that just goes on forever. So the first 5 of every gold team member is frontline to you and pays 15% code forever, never blocked, unstoppable, irrespective of whether they're just building their own pro team, their gold team, or whatever. You're always getting those codes forever for the life of that entire position. That's why this plan is so incredibly powerful. Let me just make sure here where we're going. Okay, then we start talking about the code match. So let's end on this slide here, Michael. And why don't you start? You probably got some questions yourself before we open it up to other questions.
Yeah, look, I think it explains it. You've explained it very well. And now we're diving into the deep nitty gritty that people can understand, or hopefully they can understand. If you do have questions, and I've got some there lining up already, we've been answering a lot in the chat group. So they need to be specific about the comp plan and what Michael has just explained. I think now you're starting to get the idea, ladies and gentlemen, that it all depends on when your units go live. So right now it's the time to build and learn about the whole process we can get into the other nitty gritty, the money side of it when your units go live. I think that's probably the best thing. We have got a few questions here, maybe on this subject. Hopefully they are specific to the portion of the presentation that you've just discussed. So I'm going to unmute Lewis again. Hello, Lewis.
Thank you, Mike.
Welcome.
I have this question is, I am a bronze stage, having 25%, and the pro team also becoming a bronze level, where I have the enjoyment of this 5% code forever.
Okay, so say that question one more time so I clearly understand how you're describing it.
All right. I am a bronze status.
Okay.
And I have a pro team from my downline, first downline pro team coming up, line up to me.
So let's be clear just on that portion of your question. And if I just go back real quick, just so we can get a visualization of what you're talking about.
Wonderful.
Okay. Okay, so here you are. You're a bronze. You've got a pro team that's existing over here. It has nothing to do with your bronze team because your pro team, they're all building their own organization. These people never migrate to your bronze team. They're completely independent.
But my bronze team, the 6th person, his pro team coming
this person
line up
right
to
here.
Me.
So yes.
They line up to me.
Yes.
And then what happened when they becoming a bronze team themselves? Would I have any code matching up?
And I'm going to show you a slide after this that'll give you a little bit more visibility on that. But here's the bottom line. Because these codes only go to one person, okay, it makes this extremely lucrative. It's extremely powerful in how much you can earn from it. But there's only 100% of the pie that can be divvied up, okay? So when you're building your bronze team, you're only getting that 5% code on the people in your bronze team's pro teams. When they become bronze themselves, now they're getting that 5% code on their own pro teams. So you do not earn on the 6th person. When this person builds this person brings in their pro team, and their pro teams are bringing their pro teams, and those pro teams to infinity are rolling up to you. But the minute that this guy brings in their 6th person and starts their own pro team, you're not earning anything from that pro team because now they are. Okay, we can't pay that 5% code only goes to one person, right? So that's the power you'll see as you move into your silver team, because on your silver team, you're getting that 5% code on everybody's pro team, and you're also getting a 5% code on everybody's bronze team as well. Okay, so bronze team, you're just getting on the pro team. On the silver team, you're getting 5% on their bronze, 5% on, and on their pro, and 5% also on their bronze. And on gold, you're getting 5%. I mean, really, let me rephrase it. Actually, let me summarize this at the end. I don't want to confuse the questions in this particular era. But yes, the bottom line is, after these people start building their own pro team, their own bronze team, you are no longer earning on that. Just like you're not earning on a lot of the downline here, you're just getting the matching bonus on what your personally enrolled people are. You got to understand that unlike multi-level, where you take a commission and you spread it out and multiple people get fractions of that, only one person gets the code for a particular hotspot. Okay. And you can come back and ask that question more if it's still not clear for you, but give me a chance to go through the rest of it, and hopefully that will become clear as I get to the bottom of this. Okay.
Sure. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Lewis. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, we've got another question. Mr. Asim Hanif, can you please unmute? Thank you, sir, and welcome.
Hi, good morning. I'm from Pakistan. Thank you very much, Michael, for your time and allowing me to have some questions.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Actually, I'm a computer. I don't know nothing about computer. You can imagine that I don't have even a Facebook. But I got into this. A friend of mine introduced me to this link on WhatsApp, and we have been talking for about last 4 or 5 days about all this cryptocurrency. And I did a little bit of research on it. As I said, I have no clue about computers, no nothing, but I was blown away. And looking at the conversation you guys had, I'm really amazed, and I can easily convince, I would say 100 is nothing. But I have maybe a layman language. I have some questions written down last night. I got a very short notice from my friend.
Looks like your internet is just lagging there a little.
Luckily, I got to have that link up, so I just clicked that. This is my first time using Zoom. So thank you very much, Michael, from Australia, to give me the opportunity to talk. And, thank you very much, Mr. Stern, for your time. I have some questions. If you don't mind me asking you, I have written them down.
As long as those questions right now pertain to the section that we just went over.
Yeah.
We can answer. We can do other questions at the end, but we want to try and keep this very, very specific right now.
Okay.
So are your questions about the comp plan that we've just talked about? Yes.
Yes, I understood about all the pro, bronze, and silver, gold team. I've got an idea about that. My question is just about the device hotspots location. So how a minimum the distance should be in between them, or how max.
I hate to cut you short there, but we can answer this one later, and because it's not relevant to the comp plan as such. That's got to do with positioning and placement. So I don't want to seem mean or anything, but a lot of other people are trying to ask questions specifically about the comp plan. We can get to your question at the end of the comp plan presentation. And I'm sure if you put your question in the chat, there's many admins in the chat at the moment that can certainly answer that level of question. So I don't mean to be rude or unfair, but I'm certainly, we can help you out other ways, and let Michael get on with the comp plan in that regard. I've got a couple of other questions there. So sorry. So thank you, Mr. Asim. We will get to your question and answer.
Just before I let you go, would it be possible I can get your email or something so I can email you guys instead of interrupting or wasting a lot of people's time? So if I could have your email or Mr. Stern's email address to ask them all these questions, and then instead of wasting time in the Zoom here for other people to have.
Let's organize that at the end of this Zoom, and we will get you organized. Okay, so thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you very much for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Okay. So yeah, Mike, I think with the building of the bronze team, we've got past obviously the pro team, and then the building of the bronze team as that drops in. The residual that you were talking about in the bronze team, the 5% going on and on and on and on. So yes, your front line keeps building as you keep inviting your personal invites, and then they do the same as you. So that's where the 5% rolls on.
Yes. As these individuals start to build their own teams, the first 5 people of your bronze team, the first five people of your bronze team roll up to you personally, and then the same thing happens at silver and at gold. And again, I'll summarize that at the end and give you a real sense of how it really works for the three teams where there's coded bonuses.
Fantastic. Let's move on to the next section.
Okay, so let me just blaze through this real quick, get to where we were. Okay, now we're going to talk about the pro team, the code match program on the code team. And I know that there's a lot of questions on how that works. People are not totally clear. on that process. So this is a great opportunity to be able to try and elucidate that. So first off, how much that code matches depends on your personal achievement in the program. So that code match can be anywhere from 10 to 25% based on your own level of achievement. So if you are building only your pro team and you've got people on your pro team, then the amount of match that you can get on that is going to be essentially only 10%. Once you start building your silver team, the match that you're able to get on those pro team increases by 5% to 15. Once you start building your silver team, that increases to 20%. And once you start building your gold team, that match increases to 25%. So at the maximum, when you're building your gold team, you'll be able to earn a 25% match of what these people that are directly enrolled by you are earning on their codes. And we'll talk about what that means. So you're earning a code match on each pro team member, but what you're earning, okay, let's talk about this specifically, okay? So you got your pro team, they start building their own team, okay? We're going to take a look at somebody called Mike, okay? Here's Mike. Mike is your fourth person that you've got on your pro team, and they start building a group, okay? So Mike's building his pro team, and now he builds a bronze team, a silver team, and a gold team. So this is Mike's front line, okay? This is Mike's team. He's getting codes on this portion of his organization. He's not earning codes on his own pro team because you don't own codes on your own pro team. You only own codes on your bronze, silver, and gold team. But what Mike receives on his own codes, just like we've been talking about, is what you're matching. So if Mike earns 100 helium tokens on all his coded rewards, based on whether you are bronze or pro, bronze, silver, or gold, is going to determine what percentage match you get. But in this example, you're a gold. You've built your first person, you started your gold team just with one person. That gives you the gold rank, and that gives you a 25% match on your pro team. This one example is Mike on your pro team. He's built an organization. He's earned 100 codes, whether they're bronze, silver, or gold codes, it doesn't matter. 100 of that, you'll be getting 25% or 25 helium tokens on that portion of Mike's check. Okay. So the matching bonus is based on what people earn, and everything else is based on what the units generate. But what they earn is based on what those units that they're getting on their bronze, silver, and gold team are generating. So are there any questions about this? You're muted, Mike.
Yeah, no hands are up at the moment. So no, I think we should just continue. Oh, we got one. We just got one. Hang on.
I think maybe it has to settle in a little bit to people being able to articulate a question. But yeah, go ahead and you can start, Edie.
Okay, Edie, I'll just ask you to unmute there. So, Edie, welcome. Hello, Edie. How are you?
Ready? Edie?
Edie, have you got a question? Or you just raise your hand? I think just raised hand, checking out all the possibilities with Zoom. So maybe continue there, Mike.
Okay. So
Amy Lim, actually, sorry. Amy Lim, you have a question related to this topic?
No, at the moment I don't have still. I will rewrite, how to say, I will replay the thing because I'm not very familiar with what is said, okay. But I will do again. I will listen again.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sorry. That's okay. Thank you. Thank you for the pleasure to let me talk.
Okay, thank you. Rachel Knight from Brisbane, our other co-host here in Australia. How are you, Rachel?
Hi, Mike. This is Rachel here. Hi. Since you're on this slide, I just wanted to probably clarify one thing. My understanding is your pro team is your first 5 that switches on an online active, and
Yes.
the 6th person will fall onto your pro team and all that. Wow, this 6th person that falls onto your pro team,
Your bronze team.
They have to be your bronze team. Sorry, do they have to have already leveled up to be considered part of your bronze team?
No. The level up has to do with what they earn on their own unit.
So it doesn't matter if they are your front line, the number of people that switches on first to 5 and then 6 to 15, and you just keep falling into your team.
That's right.
Despite whether they have a network growth or they just have it for themselves as a hotspot person host. Is that right?
That's true, but let's look at a different scenario. Let's say that the number 6 person doesn't even have their own unit yet. Okay. Mm-hmm. So they obviously can't level up because they don't even have their own unit. The leveling up process is to increase the percentage from 15 to 25% on the unit they're hosting. But they can be, an affiliate in the program and start building an affiliate organization. And it follows this process completely independent of whether they have a unit or not.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, cool.
Mike, you want to moderate this?
I forgot to unmute myself. Sorry. Do you want to take a couple more questions on that,
Yeah,
Mike? Or
sure.
Okay, so we've got Quayle Bailey. Welcome. You can unmute, Quayle.
It's Kelly. Hi, Mike. Again,
Kelly.
It's me.
Oh, Kelly, I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. So, just to confirm, so if ever we actually satisfy that requirement of having 30 plus members, they will actually be on our first line, meaning we don't have any other levels. We will only have one level of commission. Right. Well, are we going to take 35% in all, like in each, or in general, like in the whole group of our first line?
So let's just take a look at this for a second. On your first 5 people, if these are all your people, okay, that you personally enrolled, and if every one of them had a unit themselves, then you'd be getting up to 20%. It'd be 10%, but goes to 20% when you help them level up. 20% on the first 5, 25% on the next 10, 30% on the next 10, and beginning with this 26 person at 35, and everybody thereafter is at 35%.
Oh, okay, that's great, because like for example, I have 30 something, 35 people under me now, like my personal recruit. I get, and ideally they have all their hotspots reserved. I get immediately 35% if they are all active. Is that what you mean?
But remember, on the first 5, it's 20%. Let's assume you get them all to level up. 20% here, 25% on these 10, 30% on these 10. And then if you've got 35, then you got 10 over here that you're getting 35% on. But anybody else you bring in addition, from here on out, you're at 35%. So if you've got 100 people that you've personally enrolled, they've all got a unit and they've all leveled up, then on the, again, starting with your 26 person through your 100th person, so you've got 75 people that you're getting 35% on.
Yeah, so everything below gold is locked. And then once you get to that gold status, it just continues. So I think that's the easiest way to explain that.
Yeah, you get 35% with everybody, from everybody.
No, only
everybody
in your
personal.
gold team. Yeah, everybody personal in your gold team.
Okay.
From your gold
my
team
personal
onwards.
recruit only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I only have a recruit of 5 people under me, that's my pro team, and I only get 10 and then 20% after 90 days. Is that right?
If you only have 5, is that what you said?
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
That's true. But you also get a matching bonus on those 5 people if they decide to build a team.
Okay, so if they have like 5 each, will that become my 10 recruits, personal recruits?
No,
will that
no, because that would be their personal recruits. And until they get to their 6th person, when they get to their 6th person, they start building their bronze team. That's when they start getting codes that you're matching.
Okay, so that's the time that they become a part of my bronze, silver, and gold team.
No,
Is that right?
No, they never become part of your bronze, silver, and gold team. Your first 5 people never become part of your bronze team. They're always part of your pro team. Each one of these teams is a separate team that never moves over to the next team. They're all discrete. So you're building 4 discrete teams. But what we're talking about in this example is what you earn off of those first 5 people. They're the only ones that you get this matching bonus. But what you're matching only starts occurring once they achieve their own bronze, silver, or gold teams.
Okay. Okay. So, but if I have like my own personal recruit up to 35, because right now I have 35 more personal recruit, and ideally if they get their own devices and hotspots, automatically I'm on gold. I have my own gold team. Is that right?
Well, your 26th through your 35th person is on your gold team.
Okay. All right then. So it really depends on how much you need to recruit on your first level. Is that it? On how
That's
you
it.
make
In this program, the name of the game is to go as wide as you possibly can. Meaning to enroll as many people personally as you can.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. Now I understand, because I thought in order for me to earn more money, I get to have like an active team member who would actually spread it, and then he has to have another team member who will gonna spread the word.
No,
but
that's building your team, Kelly. That's building your team. It's not building your personal sponsorship level. So this affiliate marketing only works on your first personal sponsorship level. Then it's up to you to train the people that you sponsor to do the same thing as you, and then build out from there. But it only works on your first level. So we have to move on. Time's flying. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome. We've got one. I don't know if Cheng had actually wants to ask a question. Can I just ask you to unmute, Cheng? Take one last question on this segment and we'll move on.
Okay, thanks, Mike. It's Cheng from Penang, Malaysia here. My question is, Mike, you're talking about this reference to your chart, Mike's code check of 25 HNT. Okay, so I must reach the level of the gold rank to have this 25 HNT. So that applies for all my 26 directs.
No, only your first 5 pro team.
Oh, on the first 5 pro team.
That's right, because you're not getting the coded bonuses on their team. Okay, so in exchange for you not getting that, you're able to get a matching bonus on what they build. And the percentage that you match depends on what you build. So if you only brought in one person, and that's all you ever did, that you just brought in one person, and they just went crazy, and they put 100 people on their team, 100 personals on their team, you would be at the 10% level because you're still only at the pro level. You haven't moved on to the bronze level yet. That you're at 10%. And in this example, you would get 10 of those helium tokens from Mike, if Mike was the only person that you enrolled. But then you look at that and you go, oh my gosh, I got 10 tokens just by introducing Mike to this program. And Mike is very serious about this. Maybe I need to get a little more serious myself. You continue and you get to your 6th person. And the minute you bring in your 6th person, you now get another 5% on what Mike has earned. And now instead of 10 tokens, from that point on, you're now at 15 tokens. And now you're saying, well, that was pretty easy. And you go on and you build until you get to your 16th person. And the minute you get to your 16th person, you now got another 5% raise on what you earned on Mike. And now you're getting 20 of those tokens all the way to the point where you get to your gold person. And now you're getting 25% from that point forward on what Mike is earning on his rewards. But that's happening with all the other 4 people. And well, you know, obviously, if you move from just Mike, then you got 4 other people that can do the same process. But you're rewarded on that pro team for doing that. Okay. Hey, Mike, real quick, can I just take a 30-second break real quick, and I'll be right back?
Yeah. Sure, mate. Go for it. Okay.
Thanks a lot, both Mikes.
But it's a common name, but good name. Thank you, Cheng, for your question too. Thank you, everybody, for your questions.
Welcome.
And thanks, everybody, for joining us. I just wanted to say I hope that people are getting an understanding now that this is affiliate marketing. It's not network marketing that you're all sort of potentially used to. The idea of having to build or left and right and then continuously sponsor down is not actually the case. This is just one level, one line, and so it's up to you to build your personal invites and then train your people to build their own personal invites. That is how your bronze team will grow. That is how your silver team will grow. And that's how your gold team will grow. However, the compensation on that, as we can see from the examples that Mike's brought us, it pertains to the first level. Now, obviously, the pro level brings us in 10%, the bronze level, the next percentage, the silver level, the next. And then once your personal sponsorships get to that gold status, it never falls back. But all of those other teams, the blue, the bronze, and the silver, all remain at the same percentages. It's only the gold that just then keeps on growing because you've already filled those other teams. So once you get to that point, it's infinite. And it can go as wide as it likes. You teach your team to do the same thing, that's when you start generating some real full-on passive income. So I hope this session has been really good for people, and we've probably got just a little bit more time before we have to let Mike go because it's getting pretty late there in Arizona, I would expect.
Yeah. I need to actually go have dinner. So
yeah.
So let me just kind of give you a thought process for really understanding this. And one of my fellow leader members in iHub was sharing this on a call earlier today, and it has to do with how you look at this. Because some people, they try and figure out how to understand this program. The best way to be able to understand the program is to look at it from the frame of reference of the computer that's actually programmed to calculate this. And the way that works is it works from the bottom up, not from the top down. So you take somebody that's got a hotspot, wherever they are, somewhere in an organization, there's people that have been involved in iHub, and that hotspot is on somebody's team. And so that hotspot generates 10 tokens. Okay, let's say it generates 10 tokens. How are those 10 tokens distributed? The computer looks at the portion that's the referral bonus, and it looks, okay, who does that referral bonus go to? Well, first it looks at the host portion, and it's the person that's got the unit. Okay, what's the percentage that goes to that host? Well, that host has done their 5 level up things, so they get 25%. So it pays 25% to the host. Then it looks at the next portion of the available commissions. It looks at the referral commission and goes, okay, well, who referred this host? And it looks at that and it says, okay, that person, help that person get the person leveled up. So they get 20% of those 10 tokens. And then it's like, okay, where does the bronze code go? And it looks to see whether or not the referral is the one that gets the bronze code. No, that person's not a bronze, that's not on the bronze team yet. So it looks to see at whose bronze team that hotspot is on, and that's the person that gets paid the bronze commission. Then it looks at the silver commission. Then it goes, okay, whose silver team is this position on? And then it goes, pays that 5% to that silver so the silver team. And then it looks at the gold team. And it's like, okay, whose gold team is this hotspot in? And that's where that 5% codes for that gold team. And then it looks at it looks at the codes and says, okay, on this bronze, silver, and gold code, who is matching this bronze, silver, and gold code, and it determines who's getting the matching bonus for each of those 3 commissions. That's how it calculates how those 10 units are being distributed. So hopefully that gives you some food for thought. If you go back and consider that, think of yourself as a computer, how you would divvy up those bonuses from the bottom up. Okay. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Michael.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, thanks, Mike. I think I really think that that's probably a really good explanation. And as far as we need to go tonight or today or wherever you are in the world at the moment, because we could sit here and do a million more questions and a million more hours going through everybody's different circumstances, because everybody is at a different space at the moment. So if you've just joined, it's probably best you get back to your sponsor, the person that introduced you to iHub Global in the first place. Have a chat with them and work together as a team to understand, just to get started. And, the old saying goes, if you chase the money will run faster than you can chase it. So let's get an understanding of the education that we need to understand the process first, and let's build a team. We've got this opportunity right at the moment, a once in a lifetime opportunity to grab something that is literally unheard of. And as you've heard Mike speak about it, I'm sure that you've heard other Zooms that he's been on, and the man is so busy, but this is growing so fast. It's building very, very quickly, and we need to understand ourselves how we can be a part of it, how we can help build this, and how we can help each other to build this around the globe. So I urge you to, one, get on Zooms that pertain to your country or your time zone, and either get on the recording and listen to it as many times as you need to help you understand. Also reach out to people in your country and work together to help each other understand and help each other go through the process. And look out for the next Zoom that is coming your way. And just coincidentally, we have another Zoom right here in Australia at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's Sydney time, 6 o'clock. And I'm sure there'll be other Zooms around the world. And I just want to wrap it up here by saying thank you so much for visiting Australia and giving up your time right there in Arizona. I know it's late and you're probably very, very hungry. Also, if we go way over to the other side of the world, my good man Nick Nair in the UK, I'm so excited to relink again with you. I haven't seen you for quite some time because of COVID. So, this is a fantastic opportunity, folks. We've got Simon Lee right down there. He's just smashing Vietnam at the moment and the rest of the world. And a lot of people here that already, sort of know us. And it's just so exciting. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I pass it back to Nick. And I say, see you later from Australia. Go get it.
Okay, I'd like to, hi, thank you, Michael. Thank you both, Michaels. I'd like to share a little story, if I may take a minute too. It's actually to do with this Complan. It's so amazing. There are two guys were sitting by the river, and they were talking and chatting, and they both fell asleep. And then then they both wake up, and one guy said, "You know, it's amazing." He said, "I had a dream. I dreamt that I found $10. It was exciting. We can go and spend this and spend that." The guy said, "You had a dream of $10. Can you just give me $1? He said, "No, I won't." So they fell asleep again. And this time he dreamt that it was $1,000. And the guy said, when he woke up, he said, he was telling him about his dream. And he says, "Well, you got $1,000. Wouldn't you not even share $50 with me?" He said, "No, why should I?" Then he fell asleep again. And then he dreamt he had 100,000. And the guy said, "I know you didn't want to give me for 10 and 1,000, but if you got 100,000, can you not even just give me a little bit, like 1,000? And the guy says, "No, why should I? You can't even be bothered to have your own dreams." So that's what I'm saying. You see, with the Complan, with our first line, you do it for yourself, okay? You just go and do it and build it as fast as you can. I've heard of people, 1,000 people in their front line. I cannot even imagine what their earnings are, but hard work pays good money. Yeah, so I want to end with that. Thank you, Michael, for this really fantastic presentation of the Complan. I think a lot of people have it so much better now. The good thing is that we can now go and explain to others without guessing. That is absolutely brilliant. And if I can have the slides, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. Michael, you any last words?
Yeah, I'll just share the Zoom link for Australia in the chat group for anyone that wants to copy it before we close it off. And I can't thank Michael enough for coming down to Australia. You, Nick, for the time difference as well, to be a part of it. Everyone from around the world with their questions. Simon for being there, and Rachel. We'll see you shortly. She is our other host here in Australia, doing a fantastic job.
Yes,
so
I've seen her do it. She's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Rachel, I salute you.
So I really hope that a lot of you can join. I know that Malaysia's not that far behind us, so if you want to join again, it'll be great to have you. But once again, Mike, look forward to seeing you again. You're always welcome down here in Australia, and we will chat again, no doubt. So thank you very much from Michael Yeo here in Australia.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to iHub Global. Look, this is an opportunity that we've got to make an incredible impact in people's lives all across the world. Take it seriously. Like I say, 3-4 years from now, the network will be done. And those of us that participated in making that happen will have a legacy to pass on to our families. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your weekend. And goodbye from Australia. Goodbye from Arizona. See, I'm already there.
You're already there, mate. Yeah.